All right, everybody. I think we are live. Looks like the mic's hot. Get all set up here. I'm running late, as usual. We'll just kind of hang out here and see who's up tonight. I'm only about 31 minutes late. So what else is new? Hey Ben, how you doing? Good to see you. Give me a second to catch my breath. I just came in from outside, jumped in the shower real quick, and got this thing fired up. So it was another hot one. Yeah, Charlotte was going to, this was her night, but she, Gulf Coast Granny's got granny things to do. You don't want to miss a chance to play with the grandkids, that's for sure. Who else we got in here? I know we got two more in here. Hey Carla, how you doing? I thought you'd be on your own live tonight. Oh, I believe it. I believe it, Ben. I'm here in North Houston. I was out in it all stinking day. Overdid it again. Still look a little pink. But yeah, it was kind of brutal. Sure, Simon. I just now fired up, so we're good for. Let's just project a couple of hours tonight. If we get on a roll, we'll just go a little longer. But we're not on no schedule. So, Carla, you hanging out at your parents now? Or are you back home? Sorry, I'm not real chatty tonight. I'll get in gear here in a minute. So, we got 3 in here. So what's everybody else been doing today? There you go, Carla. So, Ben, I can't remember, what part of Texas are you in? Let me pull this camera down just a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what the heat index was today. I was out working on my deck cover today all day. I think I've got it, should be about another 3 hours. I should have this thing finished tomorrow. I'll be glad, but I've been out baking like in a skillet for the last 3 weekends trying to build some shade. Hey, Charlotte. No rush. Do your granny thing. It's okay. Pit Life Barbecue Podcast in the house. How you doing? If y'all haven't checked out the podcast, you need to check it out. He does a first class. He's got a studio and everything, man. Has really good shows, really good entertainment. Has a pretty interesting guest pop in every once in a while. So I'm glad you stopped by and say hi. Well, I forgot to bring me something to drink in here, but I may have to take a minute here in a little bit. So has anybody been cooking outside in all this heat? I don't know what's worse, trying to cook outside when it's hot like this, or risk heating up the oven in the house and pay the electrical for running the AC to cool a hot kitchen down. Yeah, by the time I got all my tools cleaned up, picked up, put away, and got back in the house, it wasn't really a whole lot of time to do anything. Wife brought out a couple pot pies on a cookie sheet. Said, "Can you put these in a gas grill?" So that's what we had tonight. I hear you, Carla. Well, now Charlotte's bragging. She hasn't cooked in 3 days. If I didn't cook in 3 days, that means I wouldn't eat in 3 days. No, that's not true. Vicky would cook me something if I asked her to. But just like today, I mean, it's so hot. When I get out, get to moving around and get hot like that, I just have no appetite. Don't want to risk getting sick if I force it. So I end up going all day usually. Don't grab anything to eat until I slow down. But I got to tell you, this AC feels mighty fine right now. Jason, hey, how you doing tonight? Thanks for stopping by. Bushibato. Have you been cooking anything? Now it looks like this heat's going to move up towards northeast the next day or two. So you guys going to get a good taste of it. I was talking to my buddy Dash Wednesday. He's up in Baltimore. He said it'd been in the 50s the last couple of mornings when they woke up. I can't imagine that in August. But I think next couple of days it won't be no 50-something. I think he's going to get all this stuff we've been having down here. Charlotte, I hope somebody's been cooking for you. Did you get that boy out on the pit? $70, 2 days in a row. I must have blinked and missed that because I don't think we got anything like that here. Ah, well, that's nice. We've been eating out 1 or 2 nights a week here the last couple of months too. Sometimes it's nice just to have a date night, not have to cook, not have to clean up. I'm doing good, Jason. Like I said, I'm trying to cool off. I've been outside all day, so my voice is probably a little bit raspy. Been panting and sucking in all that hot air all day. And when you're out there by yourself all day, you're not really talking to anybody, so your throat and vocal cords, they just kind of slow cook. Charlotte, it was after 10 when I came in. I started wrapping things up around 9. Like I said, the wife brought a couple pot pies out, so I fired up the gas grill. Put my tools away, milled around a little bit, and I finished eating. It was about a quarter till 11. And I had to jump in the shower real quick. So time I got all that taken care of, got everything set up. For some reason, my camera didn't want to turn on tonight. So I don't know what the deal was. All of a sudden, it started working. But it was, Charlotte, it was 11:30 before I fired this baby up. Cooled off here in Richmond. Jason, I thought you were in California. Am I mistaken? I could have swore you were in California. Well, Charlotte, it's crazy, but I'm about, maybe about 3 hours from being finished. You know, once the sun went down, it cooled off to about 92, 93. I enjoyed that cool breeze and stayed out there as long as I could. So, Charlotte, I guess Virginia, they have all the fall colors and stuff. Probably so. That's more like up where I come from. Oh, I will. I want this thing to be done so bad. You know, the instructions on this thing said, 8 to 12 hours. 2 people. Well, I've been doing this. It's the 3rd weekend. That thing must have 1,000,000 parts. Okay, Jason, I've had it wrong all these years we've known each other. I could have swore you were a California boy. Yep, instructions lied, Charlotte. Absolutely did. Now I can't really knock. I mean, I found a couple mistakes in the instructions, and it would have really messed somebody up if they weren't used to putting things together in construction and stuff. But I managed to catch them before I put a bunch of stuff together and had to undo all of it. But, this thing came, all the pieces were cut. Everything's labeled, marked. All the nuts, bolts, washers, everything's clearly marked. And it's got a lot of metal in the roof. And every single piece of metal was individually wrapped in plastic. So I was very impressed with the packaging and the way they kitted everything together. But I will be so glad to have this thing finished. Because I let everything else go. I've been tunnel visioned on this thing. I haven't mowed, pulled weeds. Excuse me. Pulled any weeds. I got weeds back there that probably up to my knee. I had everything all pulled at once. Then we had that about a week and a half of rain, and everything grew back so fast I didn't even get a chance to kill it. Yeah, Charlotte, I was telling Vicky today that, you know, it'd been nice just to have somebody else put that thing together for me. But I told her, I said, mentally, I don't know if I could have handled it. I would have had to left town or something and just have it done when I got home. There's no way I could have watched somebody else do it. I probably made 3 times more trips up and down the ladder than I needed to just to make sure I had the right screw and the right washer. But hey, what else am I going to do? How y'all like my background tonight? I found me a new one. Kind of like that one. So, anybody got plans for tomorrow? More of the same? Going to be more of the same for me. I'm hoping I can be done. If I get out there early before it gets too hot, maybe I can be done 1 o'clock. That'd be pretty awesome. We got 4 in the chat right now. I'm going to hit the like button for myself. If y'all feel like it, want to help a brother out, hit that like button for me. So, looks like 5 in there. So, am I the only DIYer in the group here? Jason, you pretty hands-on? I'm not sure about Johnny Maggs. He looks like a hands-on guy to me. I may be wrong. You know, every once in a while I try to sneak a little DIY project in my videos. Sometimes they do better than my cooking. Sometimes I like the results better than my cooking too. Well, anybody want to pop up? There's the link. I don't have any moderators in at the moment. I think Charlotte shut down. She's heading home. But I think we can behave. Try to keep it not necessarily PG, but maybe a little under R. What is it, M? Try to keep the politics and religion out of it. Keep things kind of relaxed. And last week we were going to do like a question and answer show. I think that might have lasted 5 minutes, and we we went down a different road. But we can do that tonight too if anybody's got any questions or want to pick my brain on anything. There's not a lot to pick up there, but I'll share what little bit's up there. You know, I forget what I was going to say now. Oh, I was going to give you an update on my mixer. I'm slowly figuring it out. It shouldn't be as hard as I'm making it. I think I'm just overthinking the whole thing. Hopefully everything sounds all right tonight. It's one of these things that it does so much. You can touch something and change 4 or 5 different things and not realize it. But it seems to be doing pretty good now. I bought this thing back in November. AKB, how you doing? Good to see you. But I'll eventually get it figured out. It's got multiple channels on it. I don't know if you can hear the effects or not. I think I'm only hearing that through my headphones. Nothing but love. How you doing? And there's another track. It'd be nice if I could put some background music on it for some intro music, something like that. I think part of it, I keep blaming everything on the mixer. I think part of it is probably my settings in Windows. I think it's Windows is trying to protect me from myself and not letting me do what I want to do sometimes. Yeah, we're up late because we started late. We've only been live 22 minutes. But yeah, I had sold my other mixer. Found a guy that he sings in restaurants, Mexican restaurants and stuff. He does a lot of Mexican tunes and stuff. He was just thrilled to death to get that little mixer, so I made him a good deal, and it allowed me to go ahead and get this one here. Not that I needed it, but I kind of wanted it. Convinced myself I needed it. But that's the way most things go, isn't it? Thanks, Jason. Yeah, I kind of like that. I found that yesterday and bookmarked it so I could come back to it. I've really had a good time with the green screen. I think that's one of the better things I did was invest in what I needed to get a good green screen and find stuff. I mean, it's let's see, left. It's really just a monitor. I've got a full screen YouTube video running. This thing runs says 4 hours, so we just let it run and throw myself back up on top of it, and there you go. Yeah, with the green screens, in my research, I forget who I watched, but they really explained it very, very well and made it very easy to understand. And the main thing for a good green screen is good lighting. Now, it sounds backwards, but when you stop and think about it, you're telling the computer to ignore. So I can turn the green screen off. So I'm basically telling it to ignore. I've got a green screen behind me, telling the computer to ignore green. Totally ignore green, and then this replaces the green. But the key to getting good definition, like around the hairline, and if you notice it's not bleeding around the edges, anything like that, the whole key is to have good lights on the green screen itself. Not necessarily on me, but on the green screen. Because if you're telling the computer to ignore the green, if it can't see the green, then that's where you get your washed out effects and your pixelations and stuff like that. So once I kind of wrap my head around that, I bought me some lights, lit up the screen behind me, and I think it looks pretty good. Everybody always compliments me on it. Even your hands, I mean, it doesn't lose your fingers like some of the make-believe green screens. I mean, StreamYard has a green screen setting on it, but it's all software green screen. It's not the real deal. It's kind of hard. I mean, some of them out there is pretty good, but it's hard to beat the real thing. I mean, if you look between, like between my hair and my band on my, even that, you can see the window right there. See, so yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun at it. In fact, I bought a mount for the ceiling, so I could roll the green screen up out of the way and just drop it down when I want to use it. So while I was buying all the hardware for that, they had one that would hold 3 fabrics. So I bought a black one, and then I bought a medium gray. And the medium gray, I thought I could throw some, LED lights on it and stuff like that and get a different effect. But in hindsight, you really only need the green screen, because I can turn it off. I don't need a black screen behind me because it's already eliminated for me. And any effect that I wanted to do with the gray one, I could just as easily do it, in Photoshop, something like that, throw it up behind me. So, in hindsight, I didn't need to buy those other 2. But they're up there, they're hung. Maybe someday I'll find a reason to use them. Well, now I've told you everything you never wanted to know about green screens. Anything else you guys want to ask me about while the chat's quiet? My mic, if anybody's interested, that's a Rode NT1. That was one of my first purchases for getting on the live streams. People who watch video that it may not be the sharpest or the clearest or really high resolution. They'll watch it if it sounds good. But it don't matter how nice it looks. If it don't sound good, people's going to turn on to something else. So good audio is the way to go. Yeah, you could. You could KV. Now, one night I got on here and I didn't realize it, but my shirt had, I always wear these Hawaiian shirts. I had a shirt on that had a little more green in it than I realized. And it looked like it had holes that you could see right through me. Looked like bullet holes. So I had to go change shirts real quick. Yeah, KB, that's how they do a lot of the special effects in Hollywood. They've got people in green suits and doing all kinds of stuff in the background, and you can't see them on camera. Excuse me, folks. I got a little bit of a dry cough tonight. Or still. Is anybody having any issues with the Intel CPU chips that have been in the news here lately? The gist is the newer 13th, 14th generation CPUs are, well, they're overheating and self-destroying. And the reason why they're overheating is because motherboard manufacturers are pushing too much voltage to them. Intel's got some guidelines on how much voltage and maximum temperatures and all that kind of stuff. And some of the motherboard manufacturers are kind of pushing that limit, trying to get a better performance scores against their competitors. And I bought one of those new chips to put in my new computer in January. And out of the box, that thing was running. I mean, it'd jump up to 100 degrees centigrade just that fast. And ended up, I mean, the maximum wattage for that chip should have been around 253, and it was pushing over 350. So hopefully I haven't damaged it to the point I need to RMA it or anything like that. They're trying to come out with fixes and stuff like that, but I'm kind of waiting to see what everybody else does first before I bork mine. So I was having issues every once in a while. My screen would be, or my computer would be locking up, just freezing. And I was kind of blaming it on OSB. I was blaming it on, Firefox. Blaming it on everything else, but, it very well could have been this CPU. So we got our dial back. Haven't had too many issues, so hopefully I caught it before it got damaged. But I didn't know if any of you guys were experiencing any of that. It would be if you'd built a new computer or got a new computer in the last year, probably the 13900, 14900, something like that. No, I got company tonight. Let me see. Here we go. Here's my co-host. What do you think, Smokey? Here's my co-host. She must have just got fed, so she's getting ready to bed down for the night. Yeah, KB, you're probably good to go because yours is probably not drawing the wattage that these newer ones are asking for. I mean, part of it's Intel, their circuitry and the chip is asking for the voltage, and then the checks and balances that should be on the motherboards are just throwing the voltage at it because it asked for it. So between the two, Intel blames the motherboards. Motherboard people are blaming Intel. So the new BIOS they're coming out with is going to, like my motherboard was defaulted to full max overclocking. So somebody that doesn't know anything about that stuff, they would never know. They would just sit there and just burn their stuff up. So now the new BIOS is supposed to default to the Intel recommendations. And on top of that, Intel is redoing some of the microcode, so that lets me know they know there's an issue too, that maybe we're not hearing everything we should know about. Well, if y'all haven't hit the like button yet, sure appreciate it if you want to help us out a little bit. Take care of that. KB, do you ever do lives? Do you ever broadcast lives or jump up on the panels or anything? I see you in everybody's stream, but I don't think I've ever seen your face on camera. So, has anybody got a recommendation on an outdoor TV? You know where I'm going with this. Too shy. Well, you can jump up here if you want to, KB, because ain't nobody watches this. But no, I'd been looking into some outdoor TVs to put up my new cover, and man, those things are expensive. I'm thinking I might just go to Costco or Sam's, something like that, buy something cheap. And if that thing goes out in a year or so, I'll just throw it away and get another one. I mean, you can get some pretty nice TVs now for under $500. I saw a 55 inch at Costco the other day. I think it was $3 something. And it was 4K. So that may be my next project. I really need to get pit fired up. It's been kind of hot, but I need to get it fired up. I was noticing today it may be a little bit close to this new cover. This cover is bigger than the one that got taken out with the hurricane. So I may have to try to get that thing moved a little bit. I can move it back maybe a foot by myself. That'd be pretty easy to do. Eventually I'm going to move it and put it on the back fence instead of the side. So any questions? Anybody? I'm sitting here just rattling, trying to think of stuff just to say, but my life really isn't that interesting. Especially when I'm on a project, I'm doing the same thing week in and week out. Everybody, I done talked everybody to sleep. Been in Las Vegas? Where do you live? Where do you live, KB? And was that a pleasure trip? Business trip? Sacramento. Okay. Okay. So were you there for a few days? And what do you like to do when you go there? I'm generally sitting at a restaurant somewheres, trying to decide what restaurant I want to go to next. Two nights, all right. Where'd you stay, KB? I used to go every year in November. In fact, I went like 7-8 years in a row. I would go for the Comdex, the computer trade show, and I would go for like 4 days. But I haven't been in probably, oh gosh, it's probably been 25 years since I've been to Vegas. So a lot has changed. They've blowed up a lot of hotels, put some new ones in. I would like to take the wife. She's never been. But my wife in casinos kind of scares me a little bit. Yeah, slots and drinks. That's kind of my speed there. I'm not a big gambler. But I will sit and throw a few rolls of nickels through a machine and drink my drinks as they come around. I remember once I went to gosh, I think I was in Bellagio. And, generally, after I eat in the evenings, I'd go hit the casinos. And I'd pick up a couple of rolls of nickels. I always had $2 bills with me to tip the girls for the drinks. But I'd pick up 2, maybe 3 rolls of nickels and just run them all through one machine and then move to the next. And just something to do. Sometimes I'd lose all my money in an hour or two, and sometimes I'd go all evening. Sometimes I'd win. But I was in Bellagio one night, and I hit one of those machines and won, I think it was 2,700 nickels. And the nickels started dropping, making all kinds of racket, and the lights is flashing. I'm the only one over there in that section, the cheapskate section, and everybody's looking over like that. And I thought, man, these nickels, and they're going to stop dropping. I never so embarrassed in my life. But you know what? 27 nickels is pretty exciting. That ain't that the truth, KB? I would generally leave my money in the safe in the room. I'd just pull out my gambling allowance in the in the evening, and I just wouldn't go back and get any more. So I always had enough to stretch for the week. I did feel like a winner. I think they should have comped me a corn dog or something. Man, I can't shake this cough. Well, KB, have they tore up the volcano in front of Mirage yet? I heard they were going to tear that apart. Put something different in there. I always thought that was kind of cool. Charlotte, jump on if you want, but if you don't feel like it, it's okay. You've been doing the grainy thing all evening. So if you're tired, I don't want you to feel obligated. Man. Yeah, I sure hate to see him tear that thing apart. That was... I don't think the ship is in front of Treasure Island anymore either, is it? I mean, those were just larger than life, kind of cool. Yeah, last time I was in Vegas, the Palms opened up that week I was there. Brand spanking new. They had a big special deal, grand opening and all that kind of stuff like that. So that's how long it's been since I was in Vegas. I don't know how old Palms is now, but what I understand, it ain't that big a deal anymore. Here we go. Who we got left in here? Says we still got 4. So you said that's a 9-hour drive? Oh, looky here.
Hi.
We got us a show now, folks.
Oh, no. You are so funny, Grumpus. Oh, goodness. No, what I wanted to do was tell you why I haven't cooked in 3 days. Can you imagine?
Well, that's okay.
Well, my daughter...
I thought you were just bragging.
No, my daughter refused to do the dishes, so I refused to cook.
Ah.
So me and Poppy and the boy went out to eat and left her here with nothing to eat. And it was fun. It was really fun.
So, did you drive the point home?
I think so. I came home. Was it yesterday afternoon? No, it was Thursday. I went to a crochet meeting. There's a new crochet club. Sounds silly, but they meet at the library every Thursday.
Okay.
And so I went to that first meeting, and I got home and all the dishes were done. But Poppy was here, and he had done cracked the whip.
Uh-oh.
And he said he had had enough. So, but now she has gone over to a couple towns over,
Mm-hmm.
and she's house sitting for one of his coworkers. So she won't be home for 10 days.
Wow.
Time for mom to party. We had an interesting day today, though.
Yeah.
We went to the new vocational school that the high school, it's part of the high school, but they built a brand new, this place is phenomenal. Brand new building, brand new equipment. They've got automotive, welding, engineering, carpentry, healthcare, and something else. I forget what else. But anyhow, Murphy's only interested in 3 of them: welding, automotive, and engineering. But that engineering classroom, let me tell you what, every single desk has double monitors at each desk with a computer.
Nice.
They've got a flight simulator in there. They've got 3D printing machines in there. They have got anything that a creative mind could possibly do. And I was super impressed. I was impressed with the teachers because we talked to the ones that Murphy was interested in individually. The only one we didn't get to talk to was the welding instructor, but the other 2 we did. And man, I'm telling you what, that those teachers really love what they're doing. And if that's any indication of what kind of job they do with the kids, I'm impressed. So
is Murphy interested in the engineering side of it? Is he more hands-on?
Well, the thing is, that's what I was.
Is he more getting his hands dirty, or is he like a desk?
He likes to get up and move around. That's what I'm worried about, because the boy can't sit still.
Okay.
So, but I'm not sure yet. We don't know yet. But I talked to the guidance counselor today, and I told her that I would like for them to do one of those, like the aptitude tests where it tells you what you like and what you're good at and kind of job direction you need to go in. Well, they do those at the high school. And I told her, I said, maybe we should give him that little test and make sure that he's headed in the right direction with whatever he chooses.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll help him make a good decision. So who knows? But I really enjoyed the visit out there today. Really did. Nice. And they have a bus, and it takes them to and from the high school to the. Was that your cat sneezing? Are you kidding me?
She's right here behind me.
Hey, ask me how I know. That is funny.
Sometimes though, you don't until you try something, you don't know if you like it or not.
Yeah, I get that. I do. Who knows what he'll do? I
mean, if he could become, a licensed welder, union welder and stuff, they make great money.
Yeah, they do.
But it's hot. It's hot, heavy. Yeah.
Well, I just think it's a really good idea. If a young man can work with their brains instead of their back, that's probably a better idea for them.
Well, yeah.
And of course, as his mom, that's more what I would want for him. But he ultimately has to decide for himself what he wants to do. And I can't make those kind of decisions for him.
Well, it's nice to learn different skill sets.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
and I
that
told him,
so
I
that
said,
when
even
you're
if you go and you learn this stuff and you never use it, they can't take that knowledge away from you.
no,
Nobody,
no, no.
you know. So, oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my lighting right. It ain't never going to be right, but still. I figured I'd give it the old college try. Well, never mind. I'm just so technologically challenged that I
You look
can't
you
unscrew
look
this
lit up
stupid.
lit up pretty good.
Well, it's down this way.
Okay.
Now I'm Blair Witch. All right, I'll just leave it alone then. Mm.
Thanks. Okay.
Can we get more?
Finally got me something to drink. I forgot to
Hot
sat
diggity
down
dog.
here and sat down here and forgot to bring any water or anything in here.
Oh no. And Mrs. Grumpus brought you something to drink.
She sure did.
What a charm.
I'm suspicious. What does she want?
No, it's not. No, it's not. That was very nice. When I went to my daughter's house today, of course, the first thing I did was look in the refrigerator to find the tea, right?
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have none.
No tea?
I looked at her. I said, what is wrong with you?
She didn't know you were coming?
I said, if I told you years ago, if I come to babysit at your house, you better have some tea here for me. She says, well, you can make some. There's the tea. I'm like, that's not the point.
That's right.
The point. You know I drink tea. That's all I've ever drank. Mm-mm-mm.
So you had the kids all day?
No, just since about 4 o'clock. Is that all
okay.
day? That feels like all day, but they were actually very good today. I mean, my little granddaughter, she gets very talkative and she likes to sing really loud. And that annoys me a little bit. But she we came to an agreement. If she wanted to sing really loud, she could go in her room and do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little man, he was so tired, he couldn't hardly keep his eyes open. I had to wake him up just to eat his dinner. And, but he did eat. He ate real well. And then he played for a little while. At 8:30, I told him, I said, well, y'all, it's time to go lay down in your mama's room and watch some TV. And Millie went and turned on the TV and put it on some Disney show. And by goodness, I walked back in there 15 minutes later and they were both unconscious. I said, thank you, Lord.
They must have had a busy day.
I think so. But, and then of course they went and did, my daughter has her own little business and, she's been bartending her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So she opened this, well, she hung out her little shield that says the long pour and she does event bartending.
Oh, nice.
She does maybe 6 or 8 events every year that she has kind of worked herself into, and she goes back every year for these. Okay. And most of them are fundraisers or things like that. And then sometimes she does private parties. She did a bar mitzvah once and weddings, things like that. But most of it is bigger events like
it must be pretty lucrative if she keeps doing it.
I don't know that it's super lucrative. It can be.
Or is she just networking?
She's networking and she really enjoys it. Okay. She just really loves to do it. And her husband goes with her. She's taught him how to bartend. And her little neighbor girl, well, they're about the same age. But to me, they're kids, That's bad. Hey, that's bad when your 40-year-old neighbors are kids.
I know. We were talking about talking to my mom the other day. We were talking about one of my little nieces.
Uh-huh.
And she was telling me, different things that was going on with her, health-wise and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I said, well, I didn't hear anything about that. I didn't know anything about that. She said, yeah. I said, well, she's not old enough for that. She's 40.
And you're like, no, she's not. She's 12.
And I had to stop and think, she was born just right after I moved down to Texas. And I came down in 78. I thought, I cannot believe that little girl is 40-something.
Yeah. Well, my daughter, before she left this afternoon, she come out in the kitchen. She goes, does this eye makeup look right on me? She says, it looks different. Something's wrong with it. I looked at her and I said, looks fine to me. And then I got real close and I said, oh, I know what's going on. I know why it looks different because, honey, when you get older, the skin on your eyelids gets a lot thinner and it starts to get crinkly. I said, that's what you're dealing with.
Old age.
She goes, well, I need to get a facelift then. I said, why don't you just grow old gracefully? She says, I will not. I will not.
Just milk it.
And I just never had the patience to fight it,
It is what it is.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't get to live to be as old as we are.
That's right. Absolutely right.
I figure I've earned it all. These gray hairs up here that are hidden by.
You see mine.
Yeah. I mean, but I didn't color my hair. Remember I told you I got my hairs done?
Yeah.
I decided not to color it.
Okay.
Because to me, it was just too much maintenance. And I thought about it and I said, nope, I'm going to keep the grays. I earned every one of them. And I decided not to do it. And I'm kind of proud of myself.
Vicky's going through the same thing. She wants to let it just go natural gray.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't like the way it looks growing out.
Right.
And,
well, is there a drastic difference?
Yeah, because her hair is pretty light gray.
Okay.
I mean, she's colored her hair always.
Forever?
Forever.
Yeah.
And, I never know what I'm coming home to a lot of times. Sometimes it's red. Sometimes it's brown. It'll be blonde. This last time she did it really dark.
Really?
Not black. I called her goth. Told her she looked gothic to me, but that's just because her skin's so fair.
Right.
But generally she does, I guess it's auburn, brownish red.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That would be
a
change going from the red to gray. That would be a shocking change probably for anybody.
So she really doesn't like it right now. But I told her, I said, if you color it, you're going to have to start all over.
Right. Well, is it long?
She thinks it is.
Shoulder length?
Barely.
Yeah. It won't take long for it to grow out.
No.
I mean, you get about a half an inch of growth a month.
That much?
Yeah. Well, maybe a little less once you get a little older, you know. But when you're in your prime, yeah. But still, I mean, in a year to 18 months, she should have what she wants.
Yeah, I told her, I said, just let it go. Just stop worrying about it.
Yeah.
I said, every time you walk into a restaurant, people don't stop eating to check you out.
She could do some low lights, is what they call it. And remember when people used to get their hair frosted?
Yeah.
Well, it's like that, only the opposite. They put darker in instead of the lighter. And what that would do was allow the grays to mingle better.
Well, she came home from the hairdresser with a plan the last time.
Oh, okay.
And it was going to be like $400 and some. I said, that's
Holy
crazy.
Moses.
I said, that'd turn my hair gray just forking that over.
$400.
Oh, yeah, because you got to do this thing, and then you got to let it grow, and then do another thing.
So 400 over the
None of
stretch.
Yeah, but none of it didn't make any sense to me.
All right then.
If it's going to grow out on its own,
Yeah, it will eventually.
I mean, I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
now Grumpus, you want her to be happy with her hair.
She's never been happy with her hair.
That's why it changes all the time.
Never. Never.
You know, I went through a phase like that where nobody knew what I was going to do next with mine. I've been a redhead. I've never been blonde. Never did that. I did have some highlights put in one time.
Now, she's
But
been
they were
blonde before, and I thought it looked really good.
really,
Yeah.
well, maybe she should do that and let that grow out
I
because
don't
it's
know.
light and light, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, she won't even have her hair dry from coloring it. She already doesn't like it.
Oh my goodness, that's bad. That's bad. Um, jackhammering. Who was jackhammering?
I was asking him about the volcano in front of the Mirage. You know, they're going to rip that out and put something else in.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
And he said he saw him jackhammering it yesterday.
Well, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I
Hasn't
hate to
that
see
kind of been
that.
a fixture?
That was always pretty special.
Yeah, just like the fountain in front of the Bellagio. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be the Bellagio without that fountain.
No,
You know, well, I guess it would, but wouldn't be the same.
it's
I think
known
that's
for the
so
fountain.
beautiful. So beautiful. Now that I did enjoy. I'm gonna tell you what. That's the one thing I enjoyed about going to Vegas. I was not a fan the whole time I was there, and we hit the Bellagio, and I'm like, "Holy crap! There's a Tiffany's in here." Yeah. What?
Yeah.
And they had a cigar shop.
Did you hit all the shops there in Caesars?
I don't believe I did. No.
Oh man. See, it just goes forever.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah. It just
I
goes
might
forever.
have to take another trip over there.
Go
Tell
broke
Bobby,
because
hey,
you're gonna
let's
come
go
home broke.
shopping in Vegas. That would be a lot of fun if I had an unlimited budget.
Well, it'd probably have to be unlimited for some of them shops.
Of course, I could hang out in Tiffany's all day and buy everything they owned, you know, but if I had an unlimited budget. You know, honestly, though, Tiffany's is quite overpriced.
I don't think I've ever been in one of those stores.
Well, I
mean,
used to work at a jewelry store, and they're extremely inflated prices. You're paying for the name, you're not paying for the jewelry.
oh yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I mean, and they do have some very unique pieces that you wouldn't find anywhere else. But you're also going to pay $500,000 for them. You know, they're very expensive. And I could just dream about owning one day. But you know, jewelry was always my first love, and I don't own hardly any now.
Yeah, I don't. Only thing I wear is a ring. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I used to wear my pearls, you know, but
I thought you were gonna get those restrung.
they did get restrung, and about a month later fell apart.
Oh no.
I was so mad I could have chewed glass. I think that I caught all of them. I think.
So what do they normally string those with? In like a monofilament line or something like that?
No, it's more of a thread. It's like a thick thread, almost like dental floss, sort of.
Okay.
I want to get it redone, but at this point, honestly, I'm half tempted just to go buy myself some new pearls.
I think I bet Wesley could take care of that with some. Go down to Academy and get a good steel leader. Get one of them 15-pound steel leaders. I mean, it's inside the pearl. Nobody will notice.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I might have him do that too. Who knows? You never know with me. But I would like to get another set. Because the ones I had were super white. And I think I want some that are a little toned down. Maybe a gold or a creamier color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they were beautiful. I loved them. And I still have them. It's just, I'm older now. I don't need bright white. It's a thing. Thing. Trust me. I got my daughter pink ones for her 16th birthday.
Oh, yeah?
Well, they're not. They just have a pinkish hue to them. They're not.
Do they come like that, or is that an application?
It can be an application, but the ones I bought her were not. They were natural.
Okay.
And like I said, they weren't pink. They just had a pinker hue to them.
Yeah.
Then, I wouldn't want to buy her dyed pearls or colored, whatever you want to call it.
I didn't know if that's something that they did do or.
Yeah,
or
they
not.
can. That's you see lavender pearls. You see the silver ones. Usually those are colored. Any real color, except for Tahitian pearls. Those are black, gray, black, and that's natural. But I have a set of those that I gave to her too. I shouldn't have given it to her, but I did. And they're not a whole strand. It's just one drop on a pendant, and then a set of earrings. Good Lord, I couldn't afford a whole strand of Tahitian pearl. Are you kidding me? Maybe if I get rich and famous on YouTube, I'll buy some.
Spend all that YouTube money.
That's right. All that $14. But again, I'll quit talking girl stuff now.
At least you can think of something to talk about.
Well,
I was sitting there floundering. I'm not a chatty person.
I was the one that got in trouble in school all the time for talking too much. So, there's that. Oh, that's not.
So you got any plans for tomorrow?
I just asked Poppy on the way home, what are we going to do tomorrow? He said, not a stinking thing. He sort of said, not a stinking thing.
I hear you.
So there was that too. I don't know. I kind of want to plant some mustard greens. I planted some last week, but if you want to rotate them, huh?
Is it too hot?
Probably. But I'm going to plant them anyway. I don't care. I'm going to plant some rutabagas and some beets. Now, I won't get no beets. I'm just saying.
Well, the tops are good.
I've been trying. Exactly right. I get lots of green. I don't get any roots. And I was thinking about, I got these things called icicle radishes. And they're white, and they're long and thin. And I was thinking about growing some of those because Poppy really likes radishes a lot. I hate them. That's one food there's not a lot of foods I won't try or eat, but I cannot stand a radish.
Really?
Yeah. Now, somebody told me that if you roast them, they taste better.
I've never tried roasting them. I always eat them raw.
I haven't either, but if these turn out, I'm thinking about throwing some in the oven and putting a little salt and pepper and maybe some olive oil on them and see how they are roasted.
So just roast them up like a beet.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I don't know what the texture would be like, if it would be the same, like as a beet, but or a turnip or something like that, but it wouldn't bother me, I don't think. I don't think that bothered me.
I might have to try that someday. I've never cooked a radish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to plant something that'll grow up on a trellis.
A food or a flower?
Either one.
You know what you ought to get? I'll tell you something beautiful to grow. It's kind of decorative. Get them red yard-long beans. They're not Japanese. Hang on a minute. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up for you.
Are they edible or is that just ornamental?
Yeah, they're edible. Yeah. They're called. Some people call them noodle beans. Red noodle yard-long bean seeds. Asparagus beans, they call them. They're Chinese. They're Chinese beans, and they taste pretty good. Now they have you can't boil them. You've got to flash fry them, like a stir fry or something like that.
Okay.
Because if you get too mushy, they get squeaky when you eat them, and I don't care for that. Ask me how I know.
Now,
But,
what time of year can I plant those?
Um,
So I've got a trellis that I put up, but I don't have anything planted next to it.
you could probably plant them right now if you could find the seeds. I might have some I'll send to you.
You know, I built this thing, and my intention was let something fill it in to hide my AC unit, which is behind it.
Oh, well, these are just annuals, so you'd have to keep planting them.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I just want something to.
Well, they're beautiful when they grow because they've got a lot of greenery, the leaves, and they're really big leaves. And then you got all these red trindles of beans hanging down.
That might be fun.
And they're really beautiful to grow. Another thing you could grow is some birdhouse gourds. You could plant those in March, and you'd have some birdhouse gourds hanging everywhere. That would be really pretty. They get white flowers on them, and they get pollinated at night.
Right now, I'm looking for something I can plant for the fall. I may not have much choice.
Baby pumpkins.
Yeah.
I'd try. Pumpkin leaves are usually pretty big. And you could have some little hand-sized pumpkins. That would be cute. Let's see. You guys got any ideas? Anybody out there?
Well, I'm only showing 4, and we're 2 of the 4.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I don't know who's left.
I don't either. Oh, my. Oh, well. Let me think.
We may end up having to call this one in 2 hours.
Oh, they'll start trickling in. Hang on, let me think. This time of year. Wow.
I mean, I was I was even tempted to throw a handful of morning glory seeds out there in the ground underneath it.
I was just about to say something like a morning glory or what about a moonflower?
I don't know what that is.
It's a white flower that blooms at night, and it smells delicious.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God. The scent is amazing. Yeah. Very pungent. And they bloom, like I said, they bloom at night. They are toxic to animals, though. So if your little kitty cat goes outside, that might be a bad idea.
No, my cat don't go outside.
Okay.
But my neighbor cats come over here. Maybe that'll keep them in their own damn yard.
Speaking of cats, my daughter has threatened to bring me the cat that she convinced me to go to the Humane Society. Remember, she called me and said, Millie wants you to come to the Humane Society and pick out a kitty cat.
Uh-huh.
And I brought one home. Well, she's got its sister. And she's threatening to bring it to me.
Well, what'd you do to her?
She don't like cats. She says,
have you threatened her with no?
You know what? I did. And then Poppy went over to her house today to drop me off over there.
Uh-oh.
And he said, is she serious about getting rid of this cat? I said, don't you dare. And he said, Well, I wouldn't mind taking this cat home with us. You look at her. She's nice. I said, you know what? When you retire, you're going to be a crazy cat lady. Yeah. But so honestly, Grumpus, I just really like cats.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't bother me to bring her over here. But what would bother me is that she went and got that kitty cat for Millie.
Mm-hmm.
And now here she is threatening to take it away. That's what bothers me.
Well, yeah, that ain't right.
It ain't right. And Millie even said to her, Mom, don't give my cat away. And she said to Millie, well, you can go see it at Granny's house. You keep the damn cat. Cat's half blind anyway. It was born with something wrong with its right eye.
Uh-huh.
And it's all cloudy and it can't see nothing. And, but I mean, I don't care about that either. I'll take all the sick and injured and give me your poor and your downtrodden.
I mean, I've never really been a cat person.
I didn't think I was either, Grumpus.
But it's they're pretty maintenance free.
I know.
And when I had the dogs, I mean, I love my dogs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having another dog.
Yeah.
But my yard is so small that the poor things don't have anywhere to even go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
So, people that come over, and I'd have to have the wife keep them sidetracked while I ran out back and picked up all the landmines and hosed down the deck because there was no grass back there.
Right.
So everything was gravel paths, flower beds, and the deck. They didn't have anywhere to go but the deck and then the gravel. So I'd have to run out there and make the rounds real quick before I'd even let anybody out in the backyard. And it was just a hassle.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a hassle. I mean, you can try to stay on top of it, but they're going to drop a bomb as soon as you turn your back, and you're not going to know it until somebody walks out there. And I promise you, anybody that walked out back would find them something to step in.
Oh, yeah. Happens all the time here.
When my dogs finally timed out and was gone, I just really didn't want to do that no more. So we ended up with the cat.
Brothers, the only kind of dog you could really probably manage is a really small one.
Yeah,
and you don't want that.
That's just a cat
that needs more attention.
Needs more maintenance.
Exactly.
So, I mean, Vicky, she asked for a dog for 2 or 3 years. She just tried her best to talk me into a dog. And it sounded like it was like a dealing with a kid. I'll take care of it. You won't have to do anything. And I thought, no.
No,
so
that's not how
we got
it
the
works.
cats, after we got the cat, guess who took care of the cat?
You did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, aren't you glad we didn't get a dog? She said, well, I kind of am.
Didn't. Yeah. Every morning that I wake up, before I can sit down and have coffee, I feed 2 baby cats, 1 adult cat, 2 dogs that I have to let out and then bring them back in and feed them. And then I'm like, where is mine?
Yeah.
I want some coffee. Can y'all shut up long enough for me to get some coffee? But it's busy here with all these animals. And not only that, but I've taken to having to feed the chickens because Murphy forgets half the time when he walks out the door late going to school because he's running out to catch the bus. And I'm like, hey, did you feed the chicken? Oh, I forgot. Okay, I'll do it. Right. So I end up taking care. And I even told Poppy, I said, you told me when we got this dog that you were going to take care of the dog. Well, I go to work every day. I said, you knew that whenever you said you wanted a dog.
Exactly.
Now, the dog listens to me The dog knows I'm the food person. The dog, he don't care what Wesley tells him to do. He just looks at him and gives him the finger. If I stand up, that dog turns and looks at me like, what do you want me to do now? It's hilarious. And Wesley's like, how do you do that? I'm like, I spend time with him. I teach him,
That's right.
But he does. He's a good dog. He's just uppy. He's a 75-pound puppy now.
Well, that's pretty much what I had. My Basset hounds, one of them was 68 pounds, and the other one I think was 56.
Oh wow, those are big Bassets.
And I mean they're
good and muscular too.
They're full-size dogs with short legs.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that old Virgil, he has grown into to me, he's beautiful. Now, a lot of people would look at him and go, good God, that's an ugly dog. But I think he's gorgeous. His coat is just black and shiny, and then he's got all that gray on his face.
Yep.
And it tickles me. But he is definitely still all puppy. And he went through a phase where he was starting to be kind of defiant.
Yeah.
But he's kind of past that a little bit now. And I don't know if it'll come back when he gets a little older. But, and ever since we had he had that surgery.
Mm-hmm.
He's settled down a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So I have a feeling that as he gets older, he'll settle down more.
Yeah. I mean, Booger. I mean, he was the one that was 60-something, and if I sat down in the recliner, he'd jump up there on it. Even with them little bitty short legs, he'd jump up, and if I wasn't paying attention, man, he'd just knock the wind right out of you.
I bet.
He'd sleep on the foot of the bed, and we had at that time we had a water bed with the drawers underneath it.
Oh yeah.
So it was pretty high. Mm-hmm. And he could hop up on that.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
Them little miniature legs.
Yeah, he could hop up there. Now Blue couldn't he couldn't get up there like that. So we had a little chair, a little wicker chair at the foot of the bed. And he'd hop up in the chair and then hop up on the bed. But each one of them had their corner at the foot of the bed. They wouldn't get up in your face or nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
They'd curl up in their corner. I had these like these Mexican blankets.
Oh yeah.
You pick the little cheap ones you pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I had several of those, and we'd fold those up for little pallets, and they loved those.
Oh wow!
In fact, one of Booger's favorite things was when I'd wash them, and they'd come out of the dryer nice and hot.
Oh yeah!
He'd meet you at the dryer, man. He'd follow you all the way in there. He couldn't, and I'd lay that thing down in front of the fireplace. He'd snuggle up on that dude.
Oh!
He just loved it. That was one of his favorite things.
My brother has a Basset hound. Her name's Molly.
Yeah.
And she's a great big old Basset hound. I mean, she's long.
Yeah.
Probably that.
Get along, little doggy.
And her ears are as long as her body almost.
Yeah.
They drag the ground. And all she wants to do is bark at the horses that are in the pasture next to Dad. She goes outside, and the first thing she does is head that direction.
Yeah, I love them dogs.
On the front she'll say, "Molly, would you be quiet?"
I love them dogs. I'm not going to have any more.
Yeah. Well, it gets to the point when you start getting a little age on you. You wonder if you're gonna, who's gonna take care of your dog after you're gone?
That's right.
And at that point.
I'm thinking how much of me's going to be left when they find me.
Right. I think you worry more about that with cats than you would with dogs.
Really?
But I'm not sure. Grumpus, I'm going to get up and
Sure.
get me some more tea, and I'll be right back.
Knock yourself out. Who we got in the chat? I see we got four people watching. I'm sure me and Charlotte too. Who else is left in the chat? I know we got somebody out there lurking. KB, you still in here?
Grumpus, I'm sorry I ran all your buddies off.
No, you didn't. I got a late start. Wasn't a whole lot of people jumped in.
Oh, I see. I
didn't get this fired up till 11:30.
Right. I was going to say something. Shoot, I lost it.
We're
Oh,
talking
well.
about dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. Oh, well, it's gone. It's just gone. I called Poppy when I was at my daughter's house, and I said, hey, do I have any tea made? He said, no, you took the last of it when you left here, because I put it in this.
Yeah.
To me. I said, can you make sure I have some tea when I get home? He made a whole pitcher of tea for me.
Well, good for him.
And we have this code. It's been years and years and years, okay? If the spoon is in the tea, like I have a great big stirring spoon that I use to stir the sugar up.
Okay.
If the spoon's in it, that means he put sugar in it. If the spoon's not in it, it is not sweet.
Oh, okay.
So I saw that the lid was on it and the spoon was not in it, and I knew I had to put sugar in it.
See, I prefer my tea with no sugar.
He does too. And I make him tea without sugar quite often, but he doesn't go through it like I do either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, now Vicky, she likes sweet tea.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it just doesn't refresh as much with the sugar.
I understand that. And see, I don't put a lot in mine. I make about a half gallon at a time. I put a third of a cup of sugar in it.
Yeah.
So it's just barely sweet. It's probably, for you, it would probably be sweet. But for me, I came from, my stepmother would make a half gallon of tea and put a whole cup of sugar in it. It was insanely sweet. Insanely sweet. Hey, Tom, how you doing tonight? He said no sugar.
Look who's
I'll
up.
tell you what, the best tea I ever had in my life was a little restaurant in Key West called Pepe's. They didn't have sweet tea down there because, you know, all the northern folks taking over down there. And you can't get sweet tea past Ocala. You go anywhere south of Ocala, you're not getting sweet tea. But they told me they didn't have any sweet tea, and I said, well, that's a shame. Do you want some sugar? No, I do not. Just bring me a pitcher of unsweet tea, please. And they did. They brought it in one of them short beer pitchers.
Uh-huh.
Grumpus, this is no lie. I don't know if it was the water or if I was just so thirsty that I needed it. But that's the best tea to date in my 58 years that has ever. No, vodka. What do you mean? Not in the tea.
Little vodka and simple syrup.
Oh, that's one thing I do with it too. I've got some dried hibiscus leaves. It's sorrel, Jamaican sorrel, which is the same thing. And I make a simple syrup with
Looky here.
that. Patrick, hi.
Patrick, how the heck you doing, man?
Yeah, how are you, buddy? But that hibiscus tea is very, very good. And I just pour a little bit of the syrup in, you know. It will make you simple. Well, I thought I was already kind of simple. Oh, goodness.
Patrick,
Well,
how you doing?
yeah. Give us the scoop.
Jump on up here if you want to. We're probably only going to be on another half hour anyway. Tom, are you getting home from a gig, or are you just up late?
Well, it's not late where he is. I mean, well, was it 11 where he is? Or are they just 1 hour behind us?
I thought it was 2.
I thought it was 2 too, as well. He's got to put his makeup on, Grumpus.
Well, the last time I saw him, he needs a lot less.
I know. He looks 10 years younger, don't
He
he?
certainly did.
He sure did. I'm a little jealous.
Well, I took Vicky to a place that I go every once in a while. Tuesday nights I have karaoke night.
Okay.
So I took Vicky for the first time the other night, and she actually got up on stage and sang.
Did she really?
I've known that woman 20 years and never heard her sing. She said she's never done that before.
Oh.
But I think it was the second Bloody Mary gave her the courage.
It'll do that. It'll do that. Well, good for her.
Well, she did real good. I was real proud of her.
Good.
No, place I go, they just changed locations. I mean, they just moved next door.
Uh-huh.
This place it's an old town spring, just a little bitty old shopping town type of antique type thing. But it's called MB Speakeasy. So it's like an old speakeasy, and they got the dark walls and the you got the old black and white movies playing on the TV, and have the old fashions and stuff like that. But the MB stands for Man Basic.
Okay.
So it's also a barbershop.
No kidding.
So that's where I've been going to get my haircut and beard trim and everything like that, because you sit there in the chair and chat with the barber, and they bring you an old fashioned. You sit there and drink, get toasted while you get your hair done.
That's awesome. I wish they had a place like that around here.
I've been going there about a year and a half, but Vicky had never joined me before, and sounds
like so much fun.
I was shocked and surprised and really proud of her.
Good. Maybe you can make it a habit.
Well, now she knows my secret spot. I'm going to find a new one now.
A new one. And were there a lot of women in there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that on Tuesday night, and then on Friday nights they have a live band. But it's only 3 miles from the house.
Oh, well, shoot.
So that makes it really, really handy.
Yeah. Yeah. He said he just got done with editing some videos. He's done. That's what I've got to do. I've got 3 videos I've got to edit, Grumpus. And everything in.
Patrick, there's not enough liquor in that place to get me up on stage.
Well, what did she sing?
Heck, I don't remember. I'd had a couple old fashions myself.
Oh my goodness.
I think it was Rascal Flatts, A Wish, or My Wish, or something with Wish in it. I don't know.
Don't. Hang on. My wish.
My wish. Okay.
Huh.
She did really good. I was real proud of her.
See, there's something.
It's a good mix of people, and it's. I mean, there's some young people in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I say young, 30 years old.
30, 40, 55.
I mean, it's not overrun with punks.
Right.
Baggy pants and punks.
Right.
You got a more mature set comes in, and they got clean clothes on.
Clean? Really?
It's just a cool little joint that we. So we've been trying to do a date night once a week.
Good for you. That's what you need to do. I wish me and Poppy could do that. There ain't enough time in the week during band season.
Well, that's the same way with us, but we just decided we're just going to.
You're going to have to make the time.
Well, we were talking here a while back. I told her, I said, so when did we stop dating?
Right.
I said, we dated and did all kinds of stuff, and then we got married, and
then it quit.
It all stopped.
Yeah.
So we've decided we're going to pick a night and make time for ourselves.
Very good. Good.
And it doesn't have to cost
that's what you got to do, because things can get away from you. And the time can get away from you.
I tell everybody, marriage is a full-time job.
Yes, it is.
You got to work at it.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have to be expensive. You can go out and do something cheap.
You know what me and Wesley like to do? When the kids are off or whatever they're doing, and we go off by ourselves, we like to go down to the harbor in Pass Christian and just walk around and look at the boats.
Yeah.
It's free. And it's not because we don't have the money to do something else.
Right.
We enjoy doing that.
Find something you enjoy doing.
We like to do it. And boy, I tell you what, I am not looking forward to the first week of October. That's when we have Cruising the Coast. And that's when all the old cars come to town.
Ooh, okay.
And he loves it. And I enjoy it the first day or two. But after a week, it gets old going out and looking at old cars. Hey, Patrick!
He cleaned up even more.
He did. My goodness.
Look at that.
Lovely to see you both.
Look at you.
How the heck you been, man?
Good. How about the two of you lovely people?
I'm just surviving.
Couldn't be better, Patrick.
That's the story of your life, Grumpus.
I know.
Surviving.
We placed in the bottle, but I have to empty it first.
Tom Garvin. What a legend.
I don't remember how to play that game.
We're all legends.
I don't remember that game. Oh my goodness.
Well, what did you say you sang at the karaoke, Grumpus? What was it?
No, my wife did.
No, but what did you sing? Was it? I bet you it was something like "The Hills Are Alive" from The Sound of Music or something.
No.
The Hills Are Alive.
Ain't enough alcohol in that building to get me on stage.
I reckon there might be.
I don't know.
Charlotte's a good singer.
Nah.
She is.
Fabulous singer.
Hey, Simon, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, Simon, how are you?
Hey.
Pretty good.
Haven't seen you since a couple weeks ago.
I think it was like 7 days ago.
Simon, do you know Patrick?
No, sir.
Patrick, you know Simon?
Do now.
Simon, Patrick, Simon.
And I like the shirt.
Let's. Oh.
accomplished that, so I'm drunk.
I wasn't allowed to drink on the job tonight.
Oh,
I was babysitting the grandbabies.
well,
No
okay.
fireball for you.
I had the night off and I took full advantage.
There you go.
There, you might be able to hear me now. So,
That's
Yeah,
a little better.
much better.
hey Tom, how you doing, sir? In fact,
Speaking of drink, get
Well,
out of
no
here.
way.
one more for the night.
Man.
There you go.
Uh,
What you drinking this evening?
Everything,
Okay. All right then.
but right now,
Oh, okay.
There we go.
the best
I had
of the
to-
best.
I had to explain to my youngest daughter that when you drink, don't mix up the colors.
well,
I said,
I'm pretty experienced, so I have plenty of beer. I have plenty of beer and some of this tonight. So,
okay.
It's all the same
if you
color.
start off drinking wine, continue with that. If you start off drinking vodka, don't mix it with something else. So just play it
Oh.
safe.
so vodka is tomorrow, probably all day.
Party all day.
My sister brought me a bottle from Mexico, and we're supposed to open that tomorrow. So,
Well, all right.
Yeah, but what you can have like vodka for breakfast, whiskey
you
for
can-
lunch.
you can have whiskey for breakfast too. You can have beer for
Yeah,
breakfast.
but just not at the same time. You have the whiskey.
It just depends what your diet is.
You have whiskey for breakfast, vodka at lunch, tequila at dinner, fireball at 2 a.m,
and some rum for dessert.
rum for dessert. There you go.
So Patrick, how's you've obviously lost some more weight.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
half of you there.
I don't know. I probably have. Yeah.
Are
That's
you
what they tell me.
doing the carnivore thing?
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
know-
it suits me.
I just bought 12 ribeye steaks for $6.99 a pound last week.
Nice.
I was so tickled. God, I was tickled.
$6.99 a pound.
Yes,
That's damn good.
it is.
Hopefully,
And I've eaten about half of them since.
so it's good quality.
I don't know, but it's ribeyes for $6.99 a pound. I mean, just I don't know.
They must eat pretty good. She's gone through half of them already.
Exactly.
They taste good. I can tell you that. There's no toughness in them. I mean, there's no gristle or
Oh,
anything
okay.
like that.
Good.
You know, I think they're fine. But boy,
That would be like Christmas getting them for that price.
it was because usually they're $15, $16 a pound.
Yep.
It's insane.
My God, now I'm hungry. Thanks for that, Charlotte.
Sorry. But
How are the grandkids?
oh, they're good. They're just, kids. They're rambunctious, and then they just fall asleep, pass out wherever they're laying. So, and they did
Yeah.
tonight. They were really good tonight. I was very, very happy that they did not give me a hard time, and especially that little one, because he's full of piss and vinegar. And he just turned 4 in July, so he's getting bigger and a little more rambunctious with his sister. I think they like to fight with each other now.
4 years old, so more piss and more vinegar.
But yeah, we had a great time. And then I got real tired. I told Poppy, I said, "Can you come and sit with us?" About an hour before my daughter got home, I said, "Come on over and sit with us because I'm bored." By then they had fallen asleep. But
Yeah. Oh, that's good. You've done your community service for the evening.
yeah, till next year.
Good. Good. And I'm looking forward to this video, Grumpus. When's that going to be ready?
Oh gosh.
The one you were talking about 2.5 years ago.
2 more years.
Well, I did a recording at Father's Day.
Hey, yeah. That was
Probably
what
ought to get
June?
that done. I get my project out back finished. I'll get back after it.
I had a video that was probably like 3 or 4 months old that was on my phone. That
Yeah.
I published like a couple of months ago.
Well, that's
I've
pretty
got
good.
3 I need to edit, and once I get them edited, I'm just gonna throw them up there. I had a funny one I was gonna do. It was another chicken video. My chickens quit laying eggs when it was so hot outside. Because they do that, they'll take a break. If it gets too hot, they're like, yeah, I give up. And it cooled down for, it was about 3 days last week. We were in the 70s when I woke up in the morning and got my boy off to school. And the weather was great till it hit about, 12, 1 o'clock. And then it started to get hot. But still, that cool weather was great. It was just a sight, though. Mother Nature's trying to fake us out because it's going to be 1,000 degrees probably next week. Open the box, dang it.
What's he trying to say?
But anyhow, so I went out there and I was talking to those chickens like they were redheaded stepchildren. And I went out there and I looked in the egg basket and there was 1 egg. I said, 1 egg? Is that all you've got? I said, do you know how embarrassing it is to go to the grocery store when you know you got 11 chickens sitting at home on strike?
That's a disgrace.
And I thought, why am I not filming this? Because the last time I did that went over pretty good.
Sounds like meat chickens.
They're about to be. If they don't get off their cans I went out there morning before last, and I had 2 eggs in there. And I told them, well, we had a talk, and there was some mention of a stew pot in that conversation.
So you do one at a time, so they all learn.
Well, that's it. Well, I went out there this morning. Guess how many eggs I had? 5.
I'll be part of the crock pot out there next to the coop.
Yeah.
Let them look at that all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I did. I got 5 eggs today, and I was real proud of them.
5 is better than 1.
It darn sure is. I mean,
I think there's still room for improvement, though, Charlotte.
yeah, there is. There's a lot of room. I was getting.
Eggs, that means you have eggs for tomorrow. So
that's right, I do. There's 11 chickens out there, and usually I get between 8 and 10 a day when they're laying good. So.
Yeah, do what Grumpus said. Put the crock pot out there. That'll get them laying.
Yeah, just let them look at that all day.
make sure
I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. Either the crock pot or maybe put the machete next to it.
Cast iron skillet with a machete on it.
Put the black stone out there.
Yep, whatever works. Whatever works. Desperate times, desperate measures.
Cheers, it's tea, but hey.
Whatever.
No, I've been having fun with the chickens. I kind of like that my son forgets to feed them because then I can go out there and spend some time with them when I feed them. They're beautiful birds. They really are. I got the prettiest chickens in this side of Texas. I've got some gray ones and some black ones, and I've got brown ones and some white ones. I got a Polish chicken that's gray with white hairs. He's got a plume all over its head, and it lays a real pretty white egg.
Yeah. Can you speak Polish?
No, but this one's name is Vegas. That's the only one I named out of all 11 chickens. Her name's Vegas.
Oh, Tom would like that.
I know, right?
Vegas the chook.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's so fancy. She looks, she's got that headdress on, like the Vegas showgirls.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a pretty
Time
chicken.
for- Yeah, we need another video, Charlotte.
Yeah, I think we do.
We do.
I got a video. I took a video of me and Wesley going out on one of our dates to a local restaurant. Really good. It's really, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And then I got another one, planting in the garden, which I don't know if I'm going to do that one or not. I don't know if I'm going to edit that. And then I got another one. I can't look at my phone because I'm using it. Shoot. But anyhow, I got 3 in the can.
What was the restaurant?
It's called Juicy Caboosey. It's just
Classy.
Sounds good to me.
and it's just a little sandwich shop, and they have healthy types of I forget what they call them, like veggie juices, and you can actually mix vodka or whatever you want in with it. And they have just burgers, and they have a charcuterie board that's really, really good and really, really big. There's a lot of food on that. A lot of food on that. That's my favorite thing to get from them. And they're outside. It's kind of like an open air restaurant, but they just built a little cabana type area where it's glassed in and it's air conditioned on the inside, but you can see the beach from anywhere you stand on the property or sit, as it were. And it's just a really nice little peaceful area to go have some lunch.
Yeah. Sounds great.
It is. I love it. I love it.
Hey, Tom, I'm drinking corn and rye.
So it's almost like bread, isn't it?
Just about.
Right. Yeah.
It's healthy.
Except better.
Might not be keto, but it's healthy.
I'm drinking Tetley tea, Tom. To me, that's the best one for iced tea.
Do you have Tetley tea over there? So we've got that here. Tetley tea.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Oh, I thought that was an old Australian thing. It must be.
Nope.
Maybe it's a British thing.
It's American.
It could be. But we do we have it in the stores here. I can only get it at Winn-Dixie or online. I can't get it at Walmart or any other grocery store.
I don't think I've seen any Tetley tea for quite a while.
I'll show you.
Well, you know what? I haven't looked, but maybe HEB, but I don't know.
I don't recall seeing it at HEB. That I wasn't looking for it.
And
That looks like Walmart, though.
big ones, the big family-sized
Hmm.
tea bags.
Okay.
Oh, it smells good.
So do you make that in your coffee maker?
No, I do not. I don't
Okay.
mix my tea in my coffee.
Okay.
That's blasphemy, Grumpus.
Well, I mean, I saw the big thing. I didn't know
You
if that's
can,
what it was
but
made for.
I have a Mr. Coffee tea maker.
Oh, okay.
And
So
It sits on the
for
other counter. And
the first time in forever, we have a kettle.
oh, I
Well,
have a kettle.
let's say
there.
we have 2 kettles now in the house. One's that old cast iron kettle that I bought from somebody,
Mhm.
and my sister bought in an electric kettle.
Mm.
It's glass, but it's electric. But so we
Now,
have 2 kettles now.
Vicky's got a tea kettle. You know, it whistles when it's ready,
Uh-huh.
and she
Mine's,
uses that thing all the
cast
time.
iron. I've yet to use it, but I wanted to have it just in case. I wanted to use it like outside or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Sucker's heavy though. It's like 20 pounds.
My son, I have an electric tea kettle, and my son uses it almost every morning to make tea.
Yeah, we use it every morning here at the house. It's probably like a month old, but we used it every single day.
Mm.
He loves to have his hot tea in the morning. I said, son, are you British? He said, no, but I like hot tea, Mom.
Does he call you mom?
No, just Mom. Just Mom. And then the daughter calls Mama. I'm like, where did that come from? She used to call me Mother.
Sun tea, yeah, it's been forever since I made sun.
Oh, yeah.
What's that take, Tom? Maybe an hour?
10 minutes.
In Vegas, probably.
10 minutes.
It's the heat.
Yeah.
The heat
10
he's been having.
It's only 149 degrees there. Jeez.
Yeah, it might take us like half a day to do ours here in Texas, but yeah, it's been forever since we actually done it.
You're about to come into spring, aren't you, Patrick?
Yes, unfortunately. Well, at the moment, it's absolutely pouring. There's a thunderstorm here.
Oh, really?
Oh, 10 minutes at 118. Ouch.
God.
How long will it take it to go from spring to god awful hot?
2 seconds.
Usually get around the start of December.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's
Texas,
typically
we had a hard day like 2 days ago, and now it's trending down. So I guess we're cooling off.
Oh no, not yet.
Yeah, it's cooling down to 95, 96.
Yeah, it's not.
Don't they call that Indian summer, Grumpus?
I just call it hell.
It
My
might be
granny-
100, but it's not 101 or 102.
Granny was from Indiana, and that's what she called it when it would get cool, and then it would get really hot again, and she called that Indian summer. I don't know why, but
It just got like hot and hotter.
hot and hell. You know.
Dang, Tom.
88 this morning.
Shoot, be nice.
Look, when it was 70 degrees last week, I told somebody it was starting to feel like wintertime. But here we don't really get that cold in the winter. I mean,
it is 1:34 in the morning here, and it's 82 degrees.
I don't know what the temperature is here. Where are you in Texas, Simon?
Yes,
On the east or the west?
right in the middle.
Right in the middle? Okay.
I can't remember, Simon. Are you in San Antonio or Austin?
San Antonio.
San Antonio,
Oh,
okay.
Okay, let's see. It is 77 here.
Oh, nice.
That is nice.
You on the East Coast, or where are you at?
I'm in South Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
hmm
How's the humidity though?
91%.
Well, it might as well be like 100 degrees.
I'm looking for the heat index, but they don't have it on here right now. Because when I saw the humidity, I'm like, oh, that's not right. That can't be right. 91%.
Yeah, that kills y'all.
If I lived a little further north in Mississippi, the humidity wouldn't be that bad. But I live like 10 minutes walk from the beach, from the Gulf, and it's bad.
Grumpus, are you in the Houston area?
Yeah, I'm up North Houston.
Okay. So you still get some of that coastal weather, right?
Oh, yeah.
The humidity and all that.
Yeah.
Hurricanes, the usual.
Yeah, I'm just north at outskirts of Houston.
Patrick, do you guys get hurricanes or what do you call them over there?
Cyclones?
yeah, you don't get those in Australia.
Oh,
Look
well,
at this.
they can. I'm way up north, up in northern Australia, they do.
So yeah, y'all get cyclones out there. Y'all get hurricanes. Y'all get
Yeah,
cyclones, right?
tycoons. Yeah, that.
I don't think they're that common. It's not that common,
Yeah. It's you're too far south.
but nothing down here. No, we don't
But
get anything.
Philippines and like Japan, they always get those.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
12% humidity.
Where?
In
can't-
Vegas.
That's where Tom's at. 12%
Don't be
humidity.
quiet. Don't even say that.
Yeah,
My
like
clothes come out of the dryer with more humidity than that.
Mine too.
Like he said, it's 114 degrees where he's at, but it's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
That's hilarious. It's still hot is hot. It don't matter. Hot is, especially when it has been as hot as it was in Vegas.
After a while, I just stopped
118
looking.
degrees.
I had friends that lived in Las Vegas, and they said it was a dry heat, but it was like a hair dryer just hitting you in the face.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that. When I went to Vegas, it was October. So it was a very pleasant trip as far as the weather goes.
Yeah, I used to go in November. I'd always take a jacket with me.
Well, it was almost November. It was the 20 something. I went because I had to go for my daughter's wedding. So that's how I know it was in the 20s. But I swear I don't remember her anniversary now.
And that's why I drink. Yeah, Tom.
He's trying to. He
I
just
help you
he don't want to dry out.
I think we need to send Tom one of your shirts, Simon.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
This
mail it
was
to
a
him.
birthday gift during COVID, so
Oh, yeah.
I don't get to use it very
I'll be
often.
back, okay?
Yeah, I think I might order one myself.
Yeah, and I went to a park today, and like everybody took pictures with me, showing off the shirt.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah, I was on a mission.
So what's the news with you, Grumpus?
Just been working. I've got a little
Yeah.
project going on out back.
So what is that again? What's the project?
I'm building a new cover for my deck.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, the
How's that
instructions said it should take 8 to 12 hours with a helper. This is my third weekend straight.
Well, do you have a helper?
No,
No.
And he's in Texas, so yeah.
I used the wife to help me for just a few minutes, but that's all I needed.
Yeah, well, there you go. So it'll be finished by when?
I hope to be finished tomorrow. I think I'm down to about maybe 2 to 3 hours.
But then you'll have nothing to do, Grumpus.
Oh, I have plenty to do because I'll have plenty to do because I haven't done anything since I started this project.
There we go.
Oh, wait, you might have time to make a video.
I still want to see your new koi.
They're not very pretty.
No,
I got a couple nice ones out of the bunch. But
Koi
Yeah.
fish.
koi fish, yeah.
Oh. Sleeper barbecue has koi.
Sleeper,
Yeah,
Lance.
that's yeah.
So I didn't know he got a koi pond out back.
Yes, sir.
I
I
need to
think.
talk to him about that.
Yep. He's been going through some troubles with it, so he's been focusing all his energy into that pond.
Oh, okay.
He got a couple of nice fish also to add to it.
I need to
Yeah,
talk to him.
Let me see if I
Yeah,
have
you
pictures.
should.
Hold on. Let me see if I have pictures.
Look, tell him to talk to Grumpus. Grumpus helped me get my pond under control.
Mine's gosh, how long have I had mine? Maybe 30, 36,
Wow.
37 years.
Wow.
How long did it take you to install that waterfall in the pond there?
Well, the project's like I said, the project's been going on about 38 years, and I don't think you ever finish it.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll never finish.
You're always tweaking here, doing this or doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I've never known anyone to have a waterfall in their backyard. It looks fantastic.
Oh, this one here, this
Yeah,
this
that one.
old thing.
That's quite a feat of engineering.
Yeah. It didn't take me just maybe 10 minutes to do that one.
That one's easy. Gee.
Maybe at some point you'll go and stand under it for us.
Grumpus, I finally finished this pig.
Wow!
Ooh,
Look at that.
my
It's
God.
pretty. This thing took me almost 2 weeks just because I got tired of it, and I would set it down and work on it maybe an hour a day because I got so frustrated with it. But I started a new blanket today, 2 of them. There's one.
Wow.
That's only one strip of it, but and I'm doing a Christmas blanket.
Very creative.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome. So
I enjoy it.
just imagine how much different it would look if you were drinking Fireball, though.
That could be disastrous.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And that's
Yeah.
why I'm not drinking Fireball anymore. Never again.
Shoot.
I'm better with Merlot.
Not Fireball, but what's the other one?
Don't say Jägermeister.
Jaeger.
Uh,
My 40th birthday, 25 shots of Jaeger.
Holy Moses. That's a lot
That is pretty good.
for you.
And I'm alive to talk about it.
You live to tell
That's a
about it.
miracle. That's your 40th birthday miracle right there.
I love Jägermeister. I love Sambuca as well.
Oh, yeah?
Sambuca,
yeah.
yeah.
Black Sambuca.
Yeah, I do too.
I like sangria.
I'll give you 25 shots of that right now.
What is sambuca?
What is it? It's like a licorice flavored. It's like a liqueur, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And its flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically licorice.
Yeah.
You should
Okay.
get some. You should
Yeah,
get some.
I wouldn't care for that, I'm sure.
No, I think you would.
Nah. Is it like, listen to him, he's trying to get me drunk again.
Anyone that likes Fireball, you'd like anything, you know.
No,
Oh.
Fireball tastes good. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
it
eating
sounds
Red
pretty
Hots.
Yeah, it's liquid red hots.
Yeah, I never cared for licorice very much. In fact,
doesn't matter.
Yuck.
After 25
he
shots,
said it doesn't matter, just drink it. It's like that Greek liquor. What's it called? Ouzo?
Oh, Ouzo.
Ouzo.
Yeah. I don't like that either.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just stick to Merlot then. Just have your Merlot. That's good enough. As long as you're happy.
I'm very happy just with the occasional glass of Merlot.
Everything in moderation, Charlotte.
Yes, exactly.
Can you believe I said that? It's me talking.
Who is this guy? What did he do to Patrick?
He's been kidnapped.
This is the new and improved Patrick, thank you.
I'm not so sure.
What do you mean you're not so sure?
I'm not so sure. I'm not, moderation's boring.
It kind of is, but
Well, this one's beyond moderation.
yeah.
Way beyond.
That's just a little bit.
Well, plus all the stuff I had before. I started drinking about 6 p.m. tonight. So
Okay.
I mean, imagine if I said to Grumpus, you can only have one spoonful of, what is it, root beer ice cream. You do that, he'd laugh at me.
Peanut butter one. Remember the peanut butter?
Oh, don't
She
do that. Don't go there. That's the devil's work, that is.
Oh, goodness.
I've chucked out all my peanut butter. I've got no peanut butter in the house.
Oh man, how do you survive?
With what's the other cost off the Nutella?
Look, no, I've chucked all that out. Chucked everything out.
Or
Do you know what I've got in? You know what I've got in my cupboard now? I've got a tin of Spam and a tin of hot dogs, like in a tin. That's it. Nothing else.
Like the Vienna sausage?
Yes. That's all I've got. Chucked everything else out.
This morning I made spam and eggs for breakfast, so
Well, it sounds good.
it's delicious. My mom, my nephew, and myself had it. So
I haven't had spam in years.
Patrick,
I
is
sent you some.
eggs in your diet? Or just meat?
What was that, Charles? What?
I said, are eggs in your diet or just meat?
Yeah, well, I'm not eating eggs at the moment. I'm just eating meat.
well,
Eggs just
eggs
a
is
liquid chicken.
It's just
But I
a
love
liquid,
eggs.
liquid chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love eggs. Eggs are great.
I love eggs too, yeah.
Even better with Spam.
That's how I had them this morning with some salsa.
I like Spam. My son loves Spam, but Spam gives my son migraine headaches.
Ah.
So do hot dogs. So he can't eat it, so I can't bring it home because if I do bring it home, he'll eat it.
Oh dear. Are you sure it's that?
Don't worry about it. I got the nasal spray that makes the headache go away. I'm like, no.
Why would Spam cause a migraine?
I think it's the preservatives or the sulfites or something that they put in it. Sulfite, something like that.
Yeah, well, that might be right.
Because that's the same thing that's in hot dogs. We have to get the kosher hot dogs for him to be able to eat them because they don't have all that stuff in them.
Yeah, because I've got a sulfite issue as well, but
Really?
didn't think
Oh,
that-
could
didn't
be
think that
nitrates
sulfite
too,
in
Tom.
Spam.
Yeah. Something in it causes him to have him.
I might be nitrates. They put
But he
sodium
also-
nitrate in.
Here's an interesting take on that, though. He can eat pepperoni. Doesn't bother him. But Spam and hot dogs put him down.
You might. Do you mean nitrates, not sulfite?
I might mean that.
Because I know they put nitrates in. Nitrates used as a preservative in bacon and in Spam and things like that. But then you can get some. You can get some that don't have any in it. So he probably, if he has like pepperoni with no nitrates or anything, then he'd probably be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can eat lunch meats like roast beef or turkey sliced at the deli. He can eat that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Yeah,
could be
probably certain things.
they put in it because anything with red dye 40 causes him to have a migraine too. Like the red Mountain Dews, 5 minutes. He can drink that and 5 minutes he'll be in agony. It's crazy.
They put so much crap in food, don't they? Processed food. They really do.
They do here. I know that. They put things in food here that aren't allowed in other countries, like Australia and the UK. And
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a shame. It's really a shame.
Mm. Oh yeah, and so many people and kids especially have got all these sort
Problems.
of diseases and immune disorders and things now that they weren't around 50 years ago. You know.
Right. Well, Violet's got a rheumatology appointment next month
Oh yeah.
Mhm. for all of her physical ailments that I think are all related.
A lot of it's what you're eating. It's just all the chemicals and stuff.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I suggested to her about a month ago, hey, why don't you look up an anti-inflammatory diet and try it for a week and see if you feel better.
Carnivore is the ultimate anti-inflammatory.
Well, Patrick,
Guarantee you she would feel better.
I can't get her to eat red meat. She'll eat chicken all day long, but she won't eat red meat.
My friend went carnivore and got rid of all his inflammation, all his other problems.
It does not surprise me a bit.
Yeah, just don't. It's more what you don't eat, Just get rid of processed food, and she'd feel so much better,
Yep.
It's not easy to do because it's everywhere, everywhere you look, everywhere you go.
Yeah, he got rid of sugar.
Sugar's
killing all of us.
All sugars and carbs.
Right.
And all the inflammation, everything else that he had problems with, his joints and stuff is all gone.
Oh, we don't.
That root beer ice cream would be sugar-free, wouldn't it, Grumpus? I'm sorry, what? I can't read lips, Grumpus.
Hey, Grumpus, just give him the middle finger.
Oh, okay. I had to cough here. I muted myself.
You censored yourself. You cancelled yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's got no sugar in it, right, Grumpus?
Well, she had. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What was the question?
Doesn't have any sugar in it, does it?
No.
No, of course not.
She did go on some kind of a eating plan and started going to the gym at the beginning of maybe around April. And over that period, you ain't gonna believe it, she's lost 35 pounds.
Nice.
And I didn't know she was that far over she didn't look like it to me, but boy, she sure can rock a dress now. She looks wonderful. She really does.
So she changed her diet and exercised, or just exercise?
Both. She stopped eating fast food, and she stopped eating mac and cheese so much.
Well, that's going to help.
Oh, she would eat macaroni and cheese every day of her life if you let her. Truly. I mean, that's her thing. She won't eat anything like chicken nuggets and all that stuff. And that's one of the things I told her. I said, honey, just eat real food. Don't eat anything that comes out of a box or a bag or a can unless it's vegetables. I said, just eat real food. And that when she goes out to restaurants, that's what she does now. She looks for the real food, like a potato or a steak or no, she doesn't eat steak. She eats chicken. She eats chicken, grilled chicken.
Why doesn't she eat steak? Why doesn't she like steak?
I don't know. She's weird. That's why. She's freaking weird.
Send her to a hypnotherapist or something and hypnotize her and force her to eat red meat.
Force her to eat. I
love it now. I love it.
She's anemic. And I think that's half the reason is she doesn't get it in her diet.
Right. Well, get her onto this. Give her one of those ribeyes and tell her it's chicken.
There you go.
I bet I could put a little bit of flour on it. And
tell her blackened chicken. Blackened.
All right.
Do a chicken fried steak for her. She'll love it.
That's what I was thinking, doing a chicken fried steak. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Because that's some good stuff there. Of course, that's a lot of calories. But who cares? It's chicken fried steak.
She needs the meat. She needs the iron.
She really does. She loves shrimp, any kind of seafood she likes, and she loves chicken.
It's all good.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
It's like she's doing well.
I think so. And, I think she just started her second year of college. So there's hope that she might finish one day.
Well, what the advice you gave is all you need to say. Really, don't just eat as real food. Don't
Yeah.
junk. I mean, it's not even junk food. It's not even food. A lot of it. It's
Right.
chemical.
It's just a manufactured product is all it is.
And I still say it too. That kids aren't taught in schools. You know, how
Mm-hmm.
to cook. Not taught. They used to back in our previous generations. That was taught in schools. Home economics. You know,
Right.
teaching kids
Right.
how to cook, how to do basic cooking.
Mm-hmm.
they
I got home economics when I was in school, but none of my kids did. And of course, my oldest daughter, she wasn't that far behind me. So.
No, they all just dial in on their phones now. They get it home. They get food delivered, and it's it's crap. And by the time it gets
that's another thing she quit eating. She quit eating so much pizza too, because she was ordering pizza all the time.
Oh, well, there you go. She's doing 1,000 times better already.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure she still makes some bad choices, but it's far less than bad choices that she was making before.
The longer you stay away from that sort of food, you sort of lose.
The less you want it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Because you might you stay off it for a while, then you'll have some, and you'll go, oh, that's
like, what did I like about that? Yeah.
Sort of a letdown, because you just can taste how artificial it is.
Right. Simon, I really like your beard.
I'm glad the beard doesn't cover up the shirt, though. That's good.
Last week, my beard was 2 years old.
Oh, really?
Happy birthday.
Oh, big.
2 weeks ago today.
Poppy has a beard. I like his beard too.
I had to shave it off.
Yeah.
But I grew right back.
Oh yeah. Shoot, Poppy could shave his beard off, and in a week he'd have a full beard again. It's crazy.
How old's your beard?
In high school. That's where all the girls were.
Tom, me too. That was in '87.
That's funny because I took wood shop in high school.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah. Some skills. I made a bookcase, and it was only for one semester, but boy, it was fun. I had a blast in that class. I took another class. It was kind of like a electronics type thing, and they taught you how to, all the parts of a circuit, the resistor and and all of that stuff, and we did stuff like. I loved that class, but then my dad told me I needed to take a computer class, and I put my foot down and said, "No way! Don't want to learn computers." Wow, how stupid was I? Oops, bad life decision there. That kind of stuff just bores me to tears. But I'm kind of like my son. Give me something to do with my hands. I'm happy as pig in slop.
So I've been involved with computers since 1982. So.
Oh wow! Well, see, I graduated in 1983, so I would have been a junior in high school. That's about the same time my dad was telling me to take computer classes.
Yeah, I was in middle school when the first home computers were released.
Mm.
And our school had a whole computer lab full of them. So,
Simon, I was just telling Grumpus earlier about my trip to the vocational school that my son wants to go to. It's a brand new part of our high school. They just built it. They just started using it this year. Okay. There is an engineering class in this school that has every single desk has a computer, keyboard, and double monitors. They do CNC machining. They do digital, or what do you call it? What's the printing I was telling you?
3D printing.
3D printing. They do robotics. They do oh God, so much stuff. Oh, there's a flight simulator in there.
Wow.
tons of stuff.
Ours
Tons.
was construction, electronics or
Yeah.
electrical, plumbing, air conditioning. Back when I was in school,
Oh yeah, I remember those days. Yeah.
about 10 years ago, our technical high school part of that was pretty much cut in half.
That's what they did here. They did away with it because they couldn't afford it.
Yep.
And they have finally started bringing it back through grants and donations from all the companies that need these kind of people to work for them. They don't have any more workforce.
Same thing that happened to my high school is happening now.
Uh-huh.
They're bringing it back, but
Good.
it took
I think it's a great thing because,
like
not
5-6
everybody's
years.
designed to go to college.
probably 10 years where that technical high school was separate from our high school.
Mhm.
On the same campus, but a separate building.
Separate building.
Right.
Hmm.
And probably like 10 years they were shut down.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, they just
Yeah.
built this place, and I'm going to tell you what, it is state of the art. They've got an automotive shop with
Well,
brand new lifts.
Right. Back in the 80s, that building was state of the art. Everything brand new. And
Mhm.
it produced a bunch of students straight into the workforce.
Yeah.
Already had some sort of technical background.
Skills. Yeah. Yeah. And experience.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right out of high school. And then somewhere in the early 2000s, it was shut down for people to use like computers or more computer generated stuff, instead of actual
STEM stuff.
technical.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
I-
they
Automotive director, and he said that by the time they're finished with this program, they will be ASE certified in 10 different areas.
right.
There's 10 tests or something like that, and they would take all those tests and be certified. And I'm like, holy crap.
Everybody that took plumbing,
Mm.
it was 2 years plumbing courses. By the time they were senior year and graduated, they were
Yeah.
already a journeyman.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they were that advanced.
We don't have those yet. In fact, they're trying to get a digital media program. I said, man, I wish I could come take that digital media program. I'm thinking about asking if I can attend, even though
Tom.
Tom,
Yeah.
it's good to see
Yeah.
you. Dear.
Thanks
Take
for stopping
care.
by, Tom.
Get you some good rest.
I'll be checking my outlets here in a bit too. So
But yeah, I'm just tickled to death that they're bringing stuff like that back for these young people.
Well, I tell you what, the CNC operators, they're in high demand.
see, we
Are
never
they?
had that back when I was in high school. That's
CNC
some-
programmers, yeah,
That's something newer. 3D printing, also something newer.
yep.
When I was in high school, the big thing was CAD, architectural drafting and design on computers.
Hmm.
Because I graduated in the 80s, right from high school.
We didn't
Right.
have many computers at school.
Like I said, I've been in computers since '82, so
Wow.
I was 12 when
Well, Simon, I built my first computer from scratch. It was a 386
mine was a 286.
MS DOS.
The very first one I built was a 286, and then I went from there to a 486, and then I don't remember what. It's
Yep.
skyrocketed from there. But yeah, I built my own systems back in the 90s. I mean, God.
Yep. I haven't bought an off the shelf system ever. Well, I take that back. I bought a Packard Bell.
Well, this is a
It was a
Mac.
286.
This is a Mac, and it does everything I needed to do. So I'm not gonna mess with it.
Sounds good to me. I do not do technology well.
I love
Neither
messing with
do
them.
I. Neither do I.
I love messing with them. I'll fix stuff that ain't even broke.
Oops, sorry. But here's
You sound like Wesley now.
one laptop.
Oh yeah, that's a bitty one.
And then here's another laptop that I no longer use.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable. I have no idea about computers. No
Yeah.
idea.
I have no idea what I knocked down, but I knocked down something. So
Oh,
if,
well.
I got
if
a
you
lap,
can hear me, good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I got a laptop that runs 24/7, runs Linux.
Well, my
And
these other two laptops are Windows, and one of them decided not to recognize my network anymore, so I couldn't use it for anything. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. And then the other one is just 20 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I'm good on my Google Chromebook. I understand that one.
once I started YouTube, I went to a Mac, and this is like 2 years old, and it's still doing everything I need to do for it to do so.
Mm.
Mm.
Cinnamon.
Whoop,
I am making
whiskey.
these little pumpkins, and I put cinnamon sticks in the tops of them to make it look like a stem.
Ah.
I made a stack of them for my daughter, and she really liked it. So, thinking about making some more.
I have no
Just a
idea why I
little
dropped it. So bothers me that I can see because I have all the lights off except for that lamp.
Yeah.
I can't see anything else around me. So I know I dropped something. I just don't know what it is.
You'll find it.
I'll step on it here in a bit.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Hope it wasn't a Lego.
Oh no. Well,
Bite your tongue, Grumpus. There is no misery in the world worse than that.
these are all metal, and they all have a pin on them. So hopefully it's not one of those.
I hope it wasn't one of those. Goodness.
Well, I think I'm going to hit the road. I've got to go out, actually. So
Ah.
Have fun, Patrick. It was good to see you.
it was great to see you both.
Tell us
and
all
thank
tell
you,
us all
Simon.
about her.
How do you know it's a her?
Or him. We don't judge.
We can't, these days it could be they, them. Or,
We don't judge, sir.
I
So
signed up for some insurance last week,
Yeah.
and was talking to this young gal. She probably maybe in her 30s. Very pleasant to talk to her and everything. And she told me, she says, now she had a questionnaire she was going through. And she said, now they've added some new questions
Oh God.
to our list, and you're not required to answer, but I have to ask them. I said, well, shoot. She says, do you mind telling us your sex at birth?
At birth. At birth.
what did you tell them? None.
I said, well, I was a proud little boy. She says, well, do you have any pronouns you prefer? And I says, well, depending on my mood of the day, I like sir, master, or lord. And she started laughing. She said, I don't think I can write that down. I said, I told you I was a conservative old white guy.
You should have told her I insist that you write that down.
Yeah. Since you asked, you got to write that down.
I know you're going to ask some kind of stupid questions. I'm going to give you some stupid answers.
God.
I love that.
But the Lord part, I really like that.
Well, the thing is, that's exactly how I would answer.
Oh my goodness.
But I'd be a little bit more insane that I'd be master or commander.
well, you'd be master and commander.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going.
Okay, well,
Patrick, be safe.
I'm so glad you stopped by to say hi.
Have a good night
You
or
too.
good morning, whichever it is for you.
You're looking good there, sir.
Indeed.
Master.
Same like you, Grumpus, as always. You're my inspiration. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All righty. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh,
And it's 3 now.
wasn't that nice of him to stop by?
Man, he's looking good, isn't he?
He really is.
I might have to like
I
blur
wonder
my
how
shirt
much.
now.
I wonder how much weight he's really lost.
Oh, well, I don't know.
He didn't volunteer, and I didn't push it.
Exactly.
But he's lost a lot since we saw him last time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I haven't.
You found it, huh?
Well, I'm happy for him. That's great.
I lost 11 pounds last week.
Just sweating and being sick.
Between 2 weekends, I lost 11 pounds.
Good grief. That's insane. Grumpus, you didn't have it to lose.
Honestly, I probably lost like 5 pounds this week because I've been sick most of this week.
Yeah, I was sick week before last. I got a little summer cold.
Nope, I had the poops.
Oh. That's the worst kind of sick, I think.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, only that first night. Actually, it was the first night.
Yeah.
The rest of that was okay, but that night was
Kind of rough, huh?
craptacular.
Spectacular. Oh, my. I cannot believe I'm sitting here doing this stupid stuff this late.
What, talking to us?
No, this. I'm adding leaves.
Well, what do you think, guys? Should we wrap this up?
Yeah, probably, Grumpus.
I feel my eyes getting heavy.
Me too.
Okay.
And, well, I took a nap before I went to the kids' house.
I've been drinking since about 6 o'clock, so
Yeah.
You'll
I bet
probably
your
sleep
eyes
pretty
are
good
heavy.
tonight.
I probably won't remember this tomorrow.
Oh, gosh. Well, Grumpus, I'm out.
I'm wanting to.
Taking over for me tonight. I appreciate it.
No
The only way
sweat.
I will remember this is if Grumpus leaves this up on YouTube for tomorrow for me to watch.
I'll leave it up. I don't know why I leave them up, but I guess because you said you watch them later.
I do.
Yeah.
Sunday morning, it's what I've been watching for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Really?
I'll be darned.
Because I was questioning Charlotte if I should even leave them posted.
Right.
Because
See, the thing is, I'm already asleep at this time,
Uh-huh.
so I would miss y'all being live, and I would
Okay.
see y'all in the morning. So you know what?
Right.
In the morning.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
Well, it's good to know somebody watches them afterwards. Isn't
well,
it?
it's been what 4 weeks or so, more or less.
well, me and Charlotte's been trading off.
Yeah, we switch weekends.
Okay.
So I mean, you can pick up the off weekends on Charlotte's channel.
Well, I just followed Charlotte last week.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, so
Thank
I picked you up last week.
Awesome.
But I know Grumpus has been going off lately, very late at night. Saturday.
Yeah, pretty late. I think
Sunday
Charlotte, you like around 10 o'clock, don't you?
Between 9:30 and 10, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no hard and fast rule, but that's usually about the average.
I've usually got so much stuff going on Saturdays. It's hard
Yeah.
for me to get settled down.
So
Right.
that's why I watch
Before
you guys recently on Sunday mornings, and that's when I have my coffee in the mornings.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
I'll leave it up.
guess
You
we'll
can watch
see
it
you
again.
next weekend. I'm
I'll
out,
watch
Grumpus. Take care, everybody. Thank you,
watch
All
Grumpus.
right.
Yes, tomorrow morning.
Bye, Simon.
All right, bye-bye.
We'll see you, Charlotte. Well, thanks for stopping by, Simon.
Sure. Have a good night.
And I'm going to shut this thing down. We're out of here.
All right, bye. Ooh, balloons.